Welcome to Warwick Mount on Montague Street in Kemp Town. My name is J.L. Dakin and I am the chairman of the Tenants Association. Our main proposal for the ED bid is a wooden planter here for the front of the block. The area at the front of Warwick Mount was originally created in 1965 when the block was built, so emergency vehicles could use it to get close to the building. Since modern equipment was created, fire trucks prefer to distance themselves from the block, and ambulances need a level surface to park on and prefer to park on the double yellow lines in the road. We have spoken to Fire and Rescue and they say they would not bring vehicles so close to the building. This area has more often than not been used for parking for illegal vehicles using the area when there is nowhere else to park, when the road is full or when the visitors' bays are full. And cycles are tied to the railings. This has stopped disabled people accessing the block as they park right on top of the ramp. Due to the amount of concrete here, when residents congregate on this bench, their voices echo right to the top of the building, both day and night, and conversations which remain private become public. We, the residents of Warwick Mount, would like to create a softer, more friendly resident area in front of the block. To this end, we have cycle racks being fitted at the bottom of this forecourt to aid cyclists, and it will also stop illegally parked vehicles using this area. Street lighting have recently moved the lampposts to give full access to the disabled ramp, giving elderly and resident visitors full access to the building. We are asking for funding for a 10-foot by 8-foot wooden planter, soil and a cherry blossom tree to fit between the new cycle racks and the disabled ramp and the bench. Not only would this make the block more attractive, but a tree would give a little shade to residents in hot summers, and the fact that there would be less concrete, conversations while sat at the bench would remain private. It would give residents something visual to look at and would benefit the environment and improve the look and feel of the block for everyone. Thank you for your support.
Good morning, my name's Debbie Williams. I'm the chairman of Theobald House Tenants Association, and this is our bid number one. Bid number one is to increase the security around Theobald House. We would like 2 security cameras in our back garden. We would like 3 cameras to cover our front area. With this extra cameras, we will need to also change the panel control board that we have. I have spoken to Mark Knight from Night Guard Security. He has advised us on the best positions of the cameras, so we're quite happy with where they could all go. The main reason for these cameras is we've had 2 break-ins into our community room where they've taken a lot of stuff and we haven't been able to see who it is, and we also have quite a few woe-begons that come into the building and cause trouble that we would like to see their faces. Hope this is okay. That is bid number one for Theobald.
Right, hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Secretary of the St James House and Albans Court Community Association. Our priority 1 bid for the EDB is to produce a storeroom for equipment which is currently stored within our community room. Now, this community room is currently in use every day as a cafe, and as the trade builds up, we're going to need more space, and the areas which are currently full of spare tables and chairs will be freed up if we can have a new storeroom. Now, our idea is that currently unused space in another part of the building adjacent to the community room could be converted into a storeroom and fitted with lights and power points and perhaps some heating to enable us to put the spare tables and chairs and other equipment in. We could also use it to house a new freezer for stores, etc., for the cafe. This would have a knock-on effect of not only giving us more usable space in the community room, but would reduce the heat loss in the building because the area is currently open to the outside, and it would also improve the visual aspect of the building.
My name is Andrew Taylor. I'm a council tenant and I'm bidding on behalf of the residents at 1 and 2 St Albans Gardens to have netting put up over the back of the fire escapes on the building because of the pigeon problem. Also, we've got a seagull problem on the roof and we need some spikes put in on the roof. Residents up there have complained to me about that. Basically, this bid has been supported by everybody in number 1 and number 2 St Albans Gardens, which are both council owned, and it's a substantial problem. We've got blocked drains out the back, so we've got stagnant water. In the summer it's mosquitoes and feathers, and in winter, I mean, we can go out and I'll show you it in a minute. We've got piles of guano out of the back. You can't open a window or the door because feathers come in. It gets everywhere. At night it's like living in an aviary. It's all you can hear are feathers and wings flapping and constant squawking, and people across the other side of the building, they've got babies and they have pigeons nesting in nests directly outside their bedroom window where their babies are sleeping. With baby pigeons in squawking all night, and there's just like piles of guano everywhere.
I'm Tom from Somerset Point. I'm a resident representative. In the past we had a water tap at the front of our building. This was removed when the cladding was put on. We need to have it back so we can water the front of the building. It's 100 meters from this point to the water tap at the back of the building, and we can't carry the hoses from there.
I'm Charles Penrose. I'm Secretary of Sloan Court Tenants Association, and this is our number 1 bid. It's a wind guard round the door area here, outside, between the pillars and along the front here. When the winds come up the street in Park Street, they affect the opening of the door, and when the door is open, all the leaves blow in and it's a total mess. And we would like this wind guard, similar to the one at Leech Court, to sort of cut out this mess of leaves and affecting the door opening.
Hi, my name's Shimmy and I'm the chairperson and the secretary of Queen's Park Community Association, which is an amazing place on Pankhurst Avenue, where I'd say about 80 people use the community centre every week. Anyway, we do love where we live, but sometimes it gets a bit run down. The fences kind of often are broken, or there were old wire ones that are sagging, or sometimes you've got places with no fences. We want to just try and have a bit more pride in our estate and try and do it up, have some rubbish collected, some fences restored, and maybe plant some daffodil bulbs on Pankhurst Avenue on the grass verges, just to bring a bit of life to the estate and make people feel better about where they live. It's a very deprived area here, even though people take pride in where they live. People don't have a lot of money, they don't have vehicles to take their rubbish to the tip a lot of the time, so it gets dumped in front gardens or on the street. So you've got a mixture. You've got people who've got immaculate houses, you know, really taking pride, and then there's other people who are just not managing very well. And it would just be good to have little boosts for our estate to help the people that need a bit of help. Okay, thanks.
Good morning, my name is Roger and I'm part of the Philip Court Residents Association. Our priority bid this year is for the repainting of the 3 stairwells in the building. These are, as you can see, very, very worn and in need of redecoration.
Hi, this is Park Royal. I'm Enid, Chair of the Residents Association. Our first bid is for the garage doors to be repainted. As you can see, all the paint's flaking off, and it would certainly smarten up the estate if we had them repainted same colour as they are now.
My name is Anne Ewings. I'm Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association. I am actually speaking for our social club in Tyson Place. This is our kitchen. The important aspect with this kitchen is the lack of space. Our little freezer that we had, our little fridge that we had, I'm afraid passed away. And one of the residents that was replacing theirs gave us this fridge freezer, which, as you can see, we couldn't possibly refuse because we couldn't afford to get one of our own. Basically, we have a cooker arrangement and lack of space here, and the members of the club that keep this club going are ancient members. They're dear souls who are in the 80 age bracket, and they get very frightened because when they're trying to prepare food here, it gets a little cramped with the cooker and very dangerous, and a couple of them had nearly got burnt a couple of times. So they worked out how they'd like this kitchen redone for them, redesigned, with a little advice from Gordon. And from that point of view, we would be very grateful if you would pass this bid so that they can have more space and be safer when they're doing things in here so they don't burn themselves. Thank you very much.
I'm Jean Davis. I am Leech Court Chair of the Tenants Association, and our third bid, we would like to have 12 new armchairs because the ones we've got in the room here are too heavy to be moved. So we'd like to put these red armchairs into another room, and we have the lighter ones in this room.
I'm Tony. I'm the treasurer from Lavender House. Now, bid number 1 is for the garden. We need a new gate to put in. The shrubbery to be cleared, all the shrubbery to be cleared, a new gate, and what else?
Turfing and a tree stump.
Oh yes, and also we want the tree stump. There's a tree stump there. We want that removed. The tree stump removed.
Hi, my name is Trish Barnard and I belong to the Hereford Court Community TA, and this is priority number 1, and it's the floor on the 16th floor, and we're trying to get the flooring complete, and as you can see it's a bit of a mess. This is part 1 and it also goes round the corner because in between there's the lift shaft. And it is very important that it gets done, and it's been asked for by some of the residents that live up here.
Hello, I'm Barry. I'm the co-chair of the Hampshire Court Residents Association, and this is our priority bid number 1. We'd like to get all the common way windows on the estate, that's 19 blocks, washed inside and out. Christina's going to point to the window, give you an example of the windows. We can only get them done once a year, so it's quite important that we can get these done.
Hi, my name's Andy Tuck and this is Francis Smith, and welcome to the Somerset Point, Warwick Mount and Essex Place Community Garden. Today we're putting in a priority bid 1. It's our only bid, which is for an electrical supply to be installed to the pond here, which has been left for 10 years or so more, was overgrown and stagnating. It does have fishing, and what we'd like to do is install a pump so we can get water circulation. We are going to be building a waterfall into the pond, and to do all that what we need is an electrical supply to the pond. We have consulted with Somerset Point, Warwick Mount and Essex Place throughout the process of putting the bid together, and we hope that you'll support our bids and allow us to get electricity to the pond.
Thank you.
Alright, hello, it's that time of year again, EDB. My name's Linda King and I'm the Chair of Essex Place Tenants Association. Our number 1 bid would be for fencing along the back of the garden where the wind just whips around the blocks and it just totally wrecks the plants. Each year it's a fight to stake everything up. A fence what I like has been erected at Warwick Mount in the middle of the car park. I'd like one similar to that, so it serves as a windbreak and it also stops the petrol fumes and that the cars in front. Petrol fumes, what do? When they're revving their cars up, you get all the smoke coming out and all that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Peter Brown. I'm a resident of Elizabeth Court, and we put in a bid for the EDB to have our lounge redecorated, including change of wallpaper, paint the other walls, and including the internal doors.
My name's Grant Scott. I'm chair of Cravenvale Community Association, and this is our first bid. It's for the upgrade of a kitchenette in the Vale Community Centre. There's 3 parts to it: provision of new kitchen equipment, oven, fridge, dishwasher, cabinets, crockery, cutlery, utensils, 4 tables and 16 chairs. B is the installation of the same, and C is the resultant changes to electrics and plumbing. This will enable us to offer coffee mornings, a food bank and cookery lessons, etc.
My name's Alison Gray and I'm from the Clarendon and Ellen Residents Association. Our priority bid number 1 is for £2,500 towards payback materials. This is to do all the lobbies in all of the blocks. Also they do weeding for us, picking up rubbish, painting, garage doors, just general work. And it's very important work and it's made a big difference to the estate.
Right, I'm Celia Steer, this is my neighbour Chris. We've put in a bid for our tree to be completely taken down, and we live in 41 Buckingham Place, Brighton.
Hi, my name's Ray Freeman, I'm chair of the Bristol Estate Community Association. Our first priority bid is for extra lighting on the estate to enhance the community safety side of it. A number of residents requested this around the estate. We need more lights in certain locations. My name is Ray Freeman, I'm chair of the Bristol Estate Community Association. Our second priority bid is for money for community payback materials to carry on doing the work on around the estate on landings, lobby areas. We need the tools and the equipment and the paint and material to deal with.
My name's Alison Gray and this is the Clarendon Residents Association. This is our kitchen that was started last year. This is our priority bid number 2 to get the kitchen finished, because then we can start using it as a kitchen. We're missing a cooker and a couple of small items, so it would be to finish the kitchen off, so it would then be a working kitchen.
Hi, my name's Grant Scott. I'm chair of Cravenvale Community Association. This is our bid number 2 for the EDB grant. It's for a Jubilee Walk street sign. Earlier EDB grants have paid for the construction of a new path from the top of Padlow Close to 2 to 12 Queensway. We have also planted some apple trees in an avenue there. We now wish to name this new path Jubilee Walk during 2013 to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of the Cravenvale estate.
Hello, my name's Linda King. I'm the chair of Essex Place Tenants Association, and our second bid would be for a new ceiling in the communal room here. This ceiling lifts when there's any draft or anything, because a lot of you might know when you've had meetings here, it tends to lift. It's that old, it needs replacing, and when it lifts it does tend to frighten people as well, which is understandable. So we'd like to have a new ceiling. Thank you.
Hello, this is Barry again, co-chair of the Hampshire Court Residents Association. You can see by the way I'm dressed, it's February. And this is our priority bid number 2. We'd like to get the entire stairwell and landing tiles renewed, replaced, because they are in a bit of a state, and we're trying to get a block done each year because they haven't been replaced since the block was built over 35 years ago.
Hi, my name's Trish Barnard and I'm chair of Hereford Community TA in Kent Town. This is priority 2. This is for refurbishment and redecoration. We need new paint on the walls and new carpet because it's absolutely disgusting. New curtains, both the drapes and the nets, because they're so old they're falling apart. So we're trying to make it so that it's more homely and more welcoming for the residents.
I'm Tony Cutler from Lavender House. Now bid number 2 is for we want new carpeting in the stairwell. They've been down there quite a long time now, and I think we need some new ones really, because they've had a lot of tread really. Over the years, so we really need some new carpeting down there in the stairwells.
My name is John Pippard and I'm the treasurer of the Leech Court Social Club. We would like, in actual fact, to have a coffee bar around here, because we have a lot of ladies and residents come down in the afternoon for chats and talks, watch different things, and they would like to make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Now they can go in that room and do it, but that's very difficult because they're carrying hot water around and it's quite dangerous. So with the bar here, if we had a power point here and water, which is just on the other side of this wall anyway, all the services are there, it will make life a lot more pleasant for people when they come down here to have a chat, as ladies do,
and that's basically what it is.
My name is Anne Ewings, I'm Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association. This is my number 2 bid, which is for a park bench in the dog area, which you kindly let us have last year. It's a small area on the west side of Tyson Place, which was secured with some fencing and a gate. And for those people that dogs had been attacked or had any frightening experience, it gives them a chance to run freely. But what would be helpful is if they could have a park bench. That would add to the area, because at the moment I see the owners are sitting on the little brick wall, which is rather low and very uncomfortable for their backsides. So it would be really lovely to have a nice park bench positioned against the wall on the west side of the block so that they can sit there watching their dogs. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Park Royal. I'm Enid and I'm the chair of the Residents Association. This is one of our gardens, and what we would like as our second bid is to have all this lovely garden furniture restained as it's getting a bit worn. The garden is used by everybody, by children, by people to come and sit down, for barbecues, so it really would make a big improvement here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Roger and I'm from Philip Court Residents Association. This is our priority 2 bid, which is the redecorations of the 2 fourth floors of Philip Court. As you can see from the colour, it's not very good, so it is definitely in need of repainting. This is a continuation bid of last year because there was not enough money to do this floor. So thank you.
Hi, my name's Shimmy. I've lived around here about 15 years and I've become involved with our local really amazing community association. We found out that if we put some bids into the council, we might be able to get some money to do up parts of our estate to improve it. And at various meetings where loads of different residents from this area have come, we decided that this alleyway, this twitton between Blind and Foe, could be improved. At the moment it's not actually looking as bad as it normally does. Often there's bags of rubbish strewn up and down here. It has been recently repainted with this grey paint to cover up the recent tagging, but even though it's done a little while ago, the tags have started coming back. There's often glass bottles broken here, there's kids smoking here, and there's rubbish all over the place normally. What we'd really like is, rather than just these bland grey or cream walls with bits of boring tagging, the local youth from our area to come along and do some designs with some really good artists, and we know people that can do it, to actually do some proper kind of decorating of the alleyway, so they can actually have some ownership of it and say, you know, that's the bit I painted. Now, if the kids are involved and the youth of our area are involved, they're less likely to come along and go and do some rubbish tagging. And we thought it would just make it a lot more pleasant along here, rather than just broken bottles and dog poo and rubbish and boring tags. We actually would have something that people would enjoy walking along. So this is our second priority bid, but it's one that we're all excited to become involved in, and we know some of the local youth would want to be involved. Thanks.
Charles Penrose, I'm Secretary of Sloan Court Tenants Association. This is our number 2 bid. The whole of the carpet on our level 3 is badly stained, as you can see, with a radiator leak here. It stained the whole of this corridor, and up at the other end we have more stains. Outside the lift at that other side and the corridor at that other side, there are stains all the way through. A lot of the stains were left by these electric scooters, spilling oil, etc. But the whole level 3 needs to be replaced completely. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Tom. I'm a Somerset Point representative. We made a bid for automatic doors for our lounge because these doors are so heavy and they can't be used by people with wheelchairs and frames.
Hi, this is Chris again. I remind you that I am Secretary of the St James House and Albans Court Community Association, and this is our Priority 2 bid. In Albans Court there are quite a few elderly and disabled residents who have problems getting in and out of the front doors. This is because the doors are locked with a key. What we would like to do is have some automatic door openers and closers fitted to these doors so that the residents can, using a key fob, open the doors from a suitable location outside or inside the building so that they don't have to get out of their wheelchairs or scooters.
Good morning, my name's Debbie Williams. I'm the chairman of Theobald House Tenants Association, and this is our bid number 2. We have an office next door to this room which we have redecorated. This is committee members and the payback team. We've repainted it, and one of our committee members has built cupboards at the back of the room to store all our craft and artwork. Our bid number 2 is that we're looking for the money to purchase a carpet for the floor and also to lower the ceiling, which is about 20 foot high at the moment. Lowering the ceiling would make it easier to heat the room, and this room is being refurbished to be used by the local police as a base for just community problems in the area. They'll be able to drop in, and this would help all the residents in the building knowing that there is a police presence. So our woebegones can stay away. Thank you. That was bid number 2.
Welcome to Warwick Mount on Montague Street in Cape Town. My name is J.L. Dakin. I'm the chairman of the Residents Association. Our next proposal is an EDB bid for the replacement locks for some of the electricity cabinets. This is a serious health and safety issue concerning live electricity and the boxes which have been neglected over a period of years. We have a number of families living in the block with young children, and it would be all too easy for them to touch a live cable and get a life-threatening shock. Also, some of the residents who are elderly and disabled do not sleep easily, and it is easy to walk into an open cabinet and cause an injury, or a child to run into them, again causing another injury. Indeed, we had one resident walk into one whilst there was a landing light out last year. We, the residents of Warwick Mount, would like to apply to the EDB funding to provide us with the replacement locks for the cabinets that are unlocked and made safe for all residents, both young and elderly, as the repair department is not willing to replace the locks themselves. Thank you very much. Welcome to Warwick Mount on Montague Street in Cape Town. My name is J.L. Dakin and I'm the chairman of the Residents Association. Our next proposal for the EDB bid is for the removal of the old broken washing machine and tumble dryer from the old laundrette of this block, and to make safe the electrical wiring and install a working light. The old washing machine and tumble dryer is still connected to the mains, and we, the residents of Warwick Mount, would like to use this room for another purpose. It was previously agreed by the local neighbourhood office that arrangements would be made to have this equipment removed and the electrical wiring made safe, as well as the concrete slab that the machine sits on removed. Since then, they have informed us that we have to apply for funding for this process of the disconnection, removal and scrapping of the machines and removal of the concrete slab, as well as installing an electrical light. The room has been earmarked for a future project, but until the machines can be removed and the room complies with basic health and safety, This cannot happen. We're asking for funding to remove these items, make the electric safe, so we can properly utilise this room. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Debbie Williams. I am the chairman of Theobald House Tenants Association, and this is our priority bid number 3. We have an old bike shed in our patio area, which is not suitable for bikes at all because it's open to the sea air and most of the bikes in there went rusty. We would like to turn it into a potting shed come workshop. We do a lot of work out there for the planters that we've constructed in the garden, and we also keep a lot of gardening bits and pieces out there for the plants, etc. that were grown in the garden. We would like an electricity feed put through to the room so we can use the power tools. At the moment we have to run an extension from the other end of the building. We have spoken to an electrician who says we've got a power board outside, which is, it won't be a big job at all. It's quite easy to run a power cable through to that room. We
Cladding.
We would also like to make it airtight and have a window installed. The products to make it airtight don't have to be pretty. After all, it is a workshop and a garden room. That is priority bid number 3 for Theobald House. Thank you.
Hello again, it's Chris again from St James House and Leech Court. This is our priority 3 bid. We've got an area outside of the community room which is adjacent to our car park and adjacent to our bin store, and we would like to convert this into an area where residents can sit out and enjoy the sun if we ever get any. What we would like to do is to erect some fencing, some lattice fencing or trellis work to section off part of this area, and then we will be able to sit out there on benches which have been already earmarked by a previous EDB bid and enjoy a fresh cup of tea or a soft drink and a little bit of sunshine, hopefully. By the way, I apologise for the scaffolding at present, but we're having major works done on the building. Thank you.
I'm Charles Penrose, Sloan Court Tenants Association Secretary, and this is our 3rd bid. Last year we had these stair nosings replaced on all levels except the final 2. And these stair nosings are boon to people who have impaired eyesight. So we would like the other 2 levels completed with these new stair nosings. There are 14 steps in all to be completed. Thank you.
Hello from Park Royal. I'm Enid, the chair of the Residents Association, and this is our 3rd bid. As you can see, we've got a cycle rack here, we have a cycle rack further along. This was done with EDB money a few years ago. It's been very successful, and what we'd like to do is to cover over to make a sort of roof to give the cycles a bit more shelter. So we've got 2 areas to be covered with a hard duty plastic roof. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. I'm now on number 3 bid for Tyson Place. Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association. My name is Anne Ewings. This club room is a most important community room for mostly the older members of this block. We have them ranging in 80s, not quite touching on 90, but they're an amazing bunch of people. They have bingo 2 nights a week, and they keep this club going financially for the odd party when we can have it. that if there's anybody missing, they put the extra money in, they do the extra books, so that there's some money going into the club. But what the dear people would like is some carpet tiles to give them more comfort. They sort of feel it's something that they think they've earned, but you can appreciate how much more comfortable it would be for these old people to have the carpet tiles. So it would be very nice if you could pass this bid for them, give them a great deal of pleasure. Thank you very much.
Right, I'm Peggy Eapen, Social Chair of Leech Court. I'd like to put in for a third bid for flooring in our hobbies room. As you can see, the floor isn't very good. It's coming up in a number of places, and we'd love to have hardwood flooring, owing to the fact that we have a lot of people in here, including hairdressing, and it would suit various people and things that we do in here.
I'm Tony Cutler again from Lavender House. Now we need a new mat for the communal lounge. I myself and two other people do the gardening here. So when we come in, we find when we come in, we leave a lot of mud and that on the carpet from the garden. So we need a mat really, so we can wipe our feet, so we can wipe our feet on when we come in.
Hi, my name's Trish Barnard and I'm chair of the Hereford Court Community TA of Kent Town. This is bid number 3 and we would like a microwave oven to put on the counter so that when we're letting out the room, if anybody wants to warm anything up, like soup or hot sandwiches, they can do so. And also for the use of the residents who might use the room.
Good morning, I'm Christina Hadley. I'm the other co-chair of Hampshire Court. I'm here to put forward the priority bid 3 for the flower beds. They will match the ones we had put in last year to even the look of this side of the estate up so it balances as far as the flowers.
Hi, my name's Andy Tuck. I'm here on behalf of Essex Place Residents Association to discuss our bid 3, which is for notice boards in the lobby areas of Essex Place. We currently have 4 notice boards, 2 being used by the Residents Association, which are secure boards, which we'd like to have replaced with a bigger secure board and a header saying Essex Place Residents Association, and then 2 general notice boards that all residents of the Essex Place can use freely, and that is our bid 3.
Hi, my name's Grant Scott. I'm chair of Cravenvale Community Association. This is for our EDB bid number 3. It's for cycle racks in the Craven Road area. Provision to lock up cycles near or alongside the road. No firm views as to the type of facility to be provided, whether freestanding or attached to the walls, covered or uncovered, and we're happy to take advice.
Hello, my name's Alison Gray and I'm on the Clarendon and Ellen estate. The priority bid number 3 is for some sort of deterrent to stop the pigeons from nesting in the underpasses, which means then that we won't have all the mess from the pigeons and the nesting, because it is a health and safety hazard when it's on all the handrails. So that's very important to us to get that sorted. Thank you.
My name is Ray Freeman, I'm chair of the Bristol State Community Association. A third bid is for stump posts to be erected around Donahall Road to stop the vehicles from parking on the grass, and in Bowling Way to stop the vehicles parking on the roundabout. Hi, my name's Ray Freeman. I'm chair of the Bristol State Community Association. Our fourth bid is for 2 extra benches in the location of Chadbourne Place area, in keeping with what we already have there. To help people with mobility problems that will arrest current stairs.
Hello, this is Alison Gray. I'm from the Clarendon and Ellen estate. Bid number 5 is for benches for 2 of the gardens at Conway Court, and also there's a gardening club and they want to completely redesign one of the gardens at Conway Court, which you'll see is very uneven and needs quite a lot of work. We've had benches in the rest of the estate and they've worked out to be very successful, so we'd like to include the 2 for Conway Court Gardens.
Hi, my name's Grant Scott from Cravenvale Community Association. This is for our EDB bid number 4. It's for weed suppressant liners and shingle. Next to the blocks there's a small dugout where weeds have been growing. And what we want to do is you want to dig these up, put some weed suppressant liner in and then cover them with shingle, so that people can put plants in there and it'll look a lot nicer around the blocks.
Hello, my name's Linda King. I'm the chair of Essex Place Tenants Association, and our 4th bid, which has come from a tenant and we put through, was a radiator in the laundry room.
Our 4th priority bid is for the second archway that will start here to match the one we have behind me. It's in its 2nd year of the roses growing over it, so hopefully this summer we'll reach the other side with the roses. So it's covered like the original rose arches, which all the council officers said was lovely to walk through on their way to our lodge. So that is our 4th bid.
My name is Trish Barnard and I'm chair of the Hereford Court Community TA. This is item number 4 and these are for the trees to go outside outside the back door of the building to try and brighten it up a bit. We want some trees planted, fruit trees preferably, various of, and it's been requested by the residents, so we've put the bid in.
This is number 4 bid. My name is Anne Ewings, Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association, but I am speaking for Tyson Place. We have a green, which used to be an absolute tip for misunderstandings and odd mistakes that may have been made, and it was a tip for a long time, and that's on the east side of Tyson Place. We were very fortunate. Gordon had the opportunity of us being able to have some turfing done out of our bid, which has made such a contrast, such a difference to the residents, because it felt so awful to them before. The men that did the job did a marvellous job, and as requested they've left a trim lining the fence at the back, which some things that were saved from the planting, we tried to be economical, were placed behind this trim of turfs, and to add a few more bushes and a bit of lavender or something like that would be brilliant, just to enhance it inside the fence. So we'd be very grateful if you would pass this landscaping approach. Thank you very much.
Hello from Park Royal. I'm Enid, Chair of the Residents Association. Our 4th bid is to try and make a barrier here of very prickly plants. The children play over on the grass and you'll see in a minute there's a big drop. So we want to make a natural barrier to make it safer and more secure. We can't get a fence in here, so we thought the best thing would be to plant it up. As part of our planting bid, we'd like to develop this pond area. It's a historic pond, was here when the hotel was built before 75. It's thriving and we would like to plant it up and just make it even more successful with wildlife.
Hi again, it's Chris from St James House in Albans Court. Our priority 4 bid is for the replacement of the carpet tiles in the community room. This room is used as a cafe and the existing badly stained carpet tiles are not conducive to a cafe. Now, if we could replace this with flooring similar to flooring already in the kitchen, it would make it so much easier to clean. And while we're doing this, it would be nice to have the flooring level, because as you can see, it's not very level and the tables wobble, and this is likely to cause spillage of drinks, and it's not very easy to eat when the table wobbles.
Hi, it's Debbie Williams at Theobald House with bid number 4. Our bid number 4 is to replace the flooring on as many landings as possible. The flooring that we have on our landing is 47 years old, and they have been spot fixed, I suppose you would call, with a totally different tile. They look awful, they're dark, they're dingy, and they've had their day. So please give us the money towards replacing our floors. That is bid number 4 for Theobald House. Thank you.
Welcome to Warwick Mount on Montague Street in Kent Town. My name is J.L. Dick and I'm the chairman of the Residents Association. Our next proposal for the EDB bid is for a non-alcoholic hand sanitizer to be placed in the foyer of the block and a year's worth of liquid to be supplied to refill it. This is a health and safety issue concerning the transmission of disease in the block. When you enter the block, it's very easy to go to your flat and wash your hands. However, when you're leaving the block or you're a visitor, you don't have that luxury. The number of germs that are situated on door handles, lift buttons, handrails and other places run in the tens of millions. A swab of 4 lift buttons taken in this block at random 3 years ago and grown in a petri dish showed there were several different types of bacteria, including rod bacteria, which leads to streptococcus and causes skin infections, and bacillus, which causes salmonella poisoning from food or from dog feces. We have many residents with reduced immune systems due to disease or age, and with the recent winter months where many residents have the norovirus, it shows how easily germs can be transmitted. To help prevent the spread of the disease, we ask that our request for the simple yet effective remedy be funded. Thank you for your support.
My name's Alison Gray and this is the Clarendon and Ellen Residents Association. We'd like to have our priority bid number 5 for pull down seats in all the lobbies of the high rises and get rid of the tatty benches so that when people are waiting for taxis they've got somewhere to sit.
Hello, my name is Grant Scott. I'm from Cravenvale Community Association and this is for our EDB bid number 5. It's for block signs for Craven Road. It's the continuation of the project that's been ongoing for the last couple of years to provide block signs on the side of the blocks so that people can locate the addresses easier.
Hello, Hello, this is Barry again, the co-chair of the Hampshire Court Residents Association, and as you can see it's a cold February day still. Priority bid number 5 we'd like to put forward is for 5 signs. It's a sort of fairly minimal cost really, to go up on the walls to replace some signs that have are deteriorated or broken or are out of date, which we want to put up to deter the youngsters that come onto the estate to do this extreme urban sports, which is jumping off and on walls. They jump across this wall, they jump across another wall over there, and the residents whose flats are around the courtyard find it extremely intimidating and very annoying.
Okay, this is number 5 bid. My name is Anne Ewings, Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association. I speak now for St John's Mount. On the west side of St John's Mount, they've worked very hard over the years from where it used to be an open green, completely open, and with different constructions and different designs, they've created an area where people can sit, and they've done a lot of the planting themselves. What the main person that's been doing the gardening would be very grateful to have is some picket fence. There is a pathway that is the emergency entrance to the west side of St John's Mount, and the picket fence lining the farther side of the garden, and then on the other side of the pathway framing the brick wall and going to the other side of the garden. That picket fence, obviously braced with posts, would be very gratefully received, and it would enhance the work that they do on the garden, of which they put a lot of work in, and it's a lot of hard work in all kinds of weathers. So that little bit of picket fence will make a lot of difference. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name's Alison Gray and this is the Clarendon and Ellen estate. Our priority bid number 6 is for a pilot scheme to put Wi-Fi into a tower block, which we'd be looking at doing that in Clarendon, and then have a computer in the committee room so that people could come in and use it. We could have set times where people could come in and work on the computers. The pilot is being run by Michelle Johnson, so that's it really.
My name is Anne Ewings, Chairman of Mount Pleasant Residents Association. I'm on the 6th bid. From the safety point of view, painting the framework of the edge of the steps with a white paint is very helpful for people, for obviously the older members of the residents, for the older members of the residents, or from the site point of view, so that we have been keeping that up each year. This year, last year I didn't ask for the railings. The steps were done very helpfully, but there are some steps that are looking a bit dilapidated this year, and the railings are as well. So if you could please freshen the railings that need to be done. There's a flight of steps at the front of St John's Mount, because I speak for Tyson Place and St John's Mount. There's a flight of steps at the front of St John's Mount that need touching up, please. And the steps and the railings that are affected for Tyson Place, I'd be very grateful if they could be freshened also. Thank you very much.